Hello and welcome to a Kooky Corner of YouTube. Today I've got something a little bit different. A company called Imze contacted me and said, would you like to try out one of our wool felt kits and have a little look and see how you get on with it? And I said, of course. Needle felting is one of my favourite things to do. Halloween is one of my favourite seasons. What's not to like? So I got this big box in the post and it says the pressure relief starts from wool poking to get emotional release. Make of that what you will. So yeah, wool felt kit for Halloween. So let's have a little look inside and see what we've got. I've got a very messy desk at the minute, so let's just move some things over because it looks to be quite a bit. So I just opened the box lid and we've got this little quote here. Sometimes life is busy. Creativity doesn't have to suffer. I like that. It's very cool. I'll pop that up there. So we've got a little booklet here. Wool felt kit, Halloween, turn your imagination into reality. We've got an instruction guide. Please read carefully. So it's a blind box, so we don't know what we've got. When you open the box, you'll see 8 compartments. Yes, I do. First one is basic tools, and then you've got numbers 2 to 8. Okay. You can open compartments number 2 to 8 randomly. Okay, fair enough. So you have to open number 1 first, obviously, to get your tools out. And use the pattern on the back of the open compartment as a clue, then find the same pattern in the instruction manual, which is this, to complete the DIY project. This will give you a reference method to turn the wool into a final project. Oh. After completing different blind box materials, you can assemble a complete Halloween scene according to the reference patterns in the instruction manual. And there is a QR code. Of course, you are also free to create and design your own Halloween scene as you wish. Okay, so we're going to do this over a series of, that's 1, that's 2, 3, 4, 7, 7 sessions. But first of all, we need to open the basic tools side. So there's a little hole here. Oh, okay. I don't want to rip it, but ooh. Curious to know what we've got inside. Oh, I've ripped it already. Maybe I should have used my trusty knife, but no, it is coming now. It's coming now. Okay. Ooh, okay. So this is basic tools. It actually says so on that little bit there. We have got, ooh, quite a nice size felting mat. Very nice. Nice and solid. Lovely. We have got some wools. Okay. And then we've got a little package. Ooh, what's this? Ooh, it's another felting mat. Okay. Okay. Nice size for that one as well. And I'm just going to pop this box on one side for a minute. She says. Just destroying everything on my desk. It's all good. Everything's fine. So we can have a little look in this package. So we've got some needle holders, which I'm quite familiar with because I have a few of these myself. So they're quite nice. Johnny, if you're watching, they are wood, but they're kind of smooth. They're not like unfinished, so they've got like a smooth texture to them. Opening. Oh, you get a fair few amount of needles in here. Wow. Quite a lot of needles. I'm going to have a look to see if they tell you if there are any difference between them. or if they're all the same. I'll have a look in the booklet for that in a minute. And we've got these handy dandy finger protectors, well, finger and thumb. So when you're stabbing, you can protect your fingers. Basically, if you're holding something down, I'd be stabbing with this hand and holding something there, and you've got some kind of protection. I don't tend to use these now because I've learned how nasty it feels when you get when you stab yourself accidentally with a felting needle. If you think about a sewing needle and how much that hurts, a felting needle is 100 times worse because it has in its makeup, hold on, dog with socks again. Can't use the actual things. There we go. So if you, I don't know if you can see on the end of there, can you see that? Tiny little barbs, and that's what does the felting. And if you jab that into your finger, it starts to pull up the inside. I don't really need to describe anymore. You can understand. It's not good. It's not a good thing to do. Right, okay, so this is our starting bit. So let's have a little look in the box, see if it tells me. What to do with this one. Oh, so maybe this is what I'm going to need to make a pumpkin. Make a needle felt pumpkin. When you open the box, you will first see 8 compartments of different sizes, each containing different wool material packs and basic tools. You can open compartments numbered 2 to 8 randomly. Use a pattern on the back of the opened compartment as a clue. Then find the same pattern in the instruction manual to complete. Okay, I'm presuming this is the pumpkin one. So, you've got a QR code there to check and see how to make your Halloween design. Okay, so I'm going to check this out and see if I can figure it out previously so that I can explain it to you. Okay, I'm back. I checked out the QR code, and yes, if you use your phone to find the QR code, it takes you to a YouTube video which shows you how to put this together, which is very handy. So it looks like it's a whole heap of pumpkins. So we have, let's get out our bits of wool. They're not very big. It's kind of like a little diorama kind of thing. So you're not going to get the huge pumpkin out of these pieces. It's a small like diorama kind of thing, and I presume this bit may be for making that the base for it all to stand on, which is quite cute. I like it. Right, so let's get to a felting. I can't decide. I think these are all probably the same. I can't see much difference between them. Let's have a little look. Maybe some are finer than others. Let's try that one. Okay. I've got somebody strumming outside. I do apologise if you can hear. It's that time of year, isn't it, where everybody's in their gardens having strumming. Right, so it said to take the light yellow, which I presume is this one. And we've got to kind of pull it apart and then reform it into, that's the tiniest pumpkin shape there. So I'm putting that together. It's a really nice wool. It's kind of like, it's not too fine, which is what you want. You don't want it to be too fine like a merino. You want it to be, have a little bit of coarseness to it. And this wool seems to be the perfect kind of blend. I want to try and get that bottom bit sorted. There we go. Okie dokie. Let's get to some felting. Should have put this in here first, shouldn't I? That makes sense. So how you put these in, you line up So that kind of should fit in there. And that, in effect, should go inside your holder. Ah, helps if I do it the right way around. It's thinner at one end. User error. That's right. That goes in there and you jab that in there. Cool. Right. I'm not going to use the little protectors because I'm like, as I say, a dog with socks when I get things on my hands like that. So what we want to do is to kind of start jabbing. I have made bigger size pumpkins before. If you look in my Halloween list, you will see that I've done some mantelpiece pumpkins. Well, they're on my mantelpiece at the minute. Let's just say that, shall we? And you don't want to be going stabbing down into the felting mat. You want to be poking and turning. So poking and turning. Just keep stabbing. Keep stabbing. And turning it round occasionally to stab on the other side. Stab and stab. I've just been watching K3N. I love to watch K3N in the morning. And she was doing a piece of fabric work for the week. And it was a monochrome woven piece in a beautiful shades of purple. Now you know how much I love purple. I'm a big purple fan. Catherine was talking about breakfasts and what constitutes a good breakfast and how breakfasts differ throughout the world. And she happened to mention that one of the breakfasts that she'd had was crumpets with honey, which made me giggle a lot because at that particular moment in time, what was I eating? I was eating crumpets with honey. I thought, Catherine, can you see into my room? Can you actually see what I'm doing? Eating the crumpets with honey. Yeah, so I am also a fan of full English, but I don't tend to do it a lot unless I'm away or eat it a lot. Because all hotel places, if you do bed and breakfast or whatever, they tend to offer a full English, and it's quite nice to indulge. Having been on cruise ships, though, you can pick and choose your breakfasts, which is like dangerous because you can have as much or as little as you like. And I have, on occasion, sorry, Catherine, had the American pancake with the maple syrup, and I've had it with bacon. I love it. I actually adore the American pancakes with bacon and maple syrup. Oh, that is kind of one of my dream breakfasts. I love it so much. So I have to restrain myself really because, it's just so tasty. So yeah, I am a bit of a sweet with savoury person. But also she mentioned about crumpets and Marmite. And yes, I am there for that as well. In fact, I think they did bring out a Marmite flavoured crumpet at one point in time. I could be imagining this. This could be one of my cheese dreams where that actually was a reality. But I do have a feeling that the particular thing was made. Okay, I'm only going to do one of these pumpkins just to show you. But I'm really impressed so far with this kit. So many needles. Do you know what? I'm just going to count how many needles are in here because there are a lot. Oh my gosh. Don't throw them on the floor. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 18 needles. 18 needles. Pretty good. And this is a really cute set. As you know, I love Halloween. Well, if you've been here for a while, you know I love Halloween. If you haven't, I love Halloween. What can I say? And, oh my gosh. Hold on. I need to retrieve. Okay. Retrieval done. Apart from that one, which I forgot. I'm dangerous today. Do you have clumsy days? I certainly do have clumsy days where everything seems to not go together as well as it should. But yes, what was I saying? I was saying I'm really impressed with the amount of... I mean, we've got a fair amount of things to make this. You've got enough to make these projects. And from what I saw in the video, I'm presuming this is going to be the right size for the top one. And you want to be felting it fairly solid. It doesn't have to be like rock solid. You want to be felting it to a point where it is firm, but not concrete. My scale. Firm, but not concrete. Okay, we'll go with that. And I am looking forward to seeing all of these made together. I'm not going to go through every single one because that would take away the surprise if you wanted it. So we'll just do this first one. But I will show you as I go along what I've made. Really cool how that's coming together. I'm liking this. Right. Let me have a look at my pumpkin stack. So the top one has got a little green leafy stalky part as well. But first of all, I want to start trying to get the shape of my pumpkin. So I'm going to go down to get those little ridges that you get in pumpkins, and it works really quickly and easily. This is so good. I am enjoying and having fun. I am having fun. Oh. So, continuing with the conversation on breakfasts, it seems to be breakfast week, and it's that kind of cozy time of the year, isn't it? Autumn time, where you start to think more about your breakfast. Summer breakfast can be lighter, but I also love a nice bowl of porridge of an autumn morning. Usually maybe a touch of honey in it. I do like honey. I'm a little bit like Winnie the Pooh. I'm also like Paddington Bear as well, because I like marmalade too. You could put marmalade in your porridge. Nothing wrong with that. But what I like to do is, if I don't have honey, I would probably grab myself some blueberries from the supermarket or some raspberries and put those in, or a banana. Banana's good to have in your porridge. Oh, look, I'm getting the little ridges. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, that's just by going down in a line. So you kind of just poking in that area in order to get those ridges going, and taking it to the bottom, and just work your way around. I haven't counted how many ridges I've done. I've just gone in here randomly. Just randomly, keeping my fingers out of the way. I do suggest, if you are new to needle felting, that you do actually use the finger protectors. I am not using the finger protectors because I think I've had a conversation before with you about me and wearing things on my fingers when I'm doing things. I tend not to use those fingers. So say I have these on my fingers. Let me just put them on for demonstration purposes. I could do that, but I tend to tend to try and do that, and it takes away the purpose of them. But they are very handy. I'm not going to take away the necessity for trying to protect your fingers at all costs. I try and keep the needle away from where my fingers are. Also, when you're needle felting, what you need to remember is you do never bend the needle once you are. So you can go at an angle as long as you come out at the same angle, if you see what I mean. So you go in and come out at the same angle, and you don't need to go all the way through it. You're just doing like the top layers, and that just takes it in. Such a fun thing to do. Doing a little stabbing. Okay. I'm kind of liking that. I can work on this a little bit more. Just to get those ridges nice and embedded in there. And it doesn't come out again. Once you've felted it in, that's it. Yay! I quite like that. Okay, so I'm going to say that's the bottom. You can shape it with your fingers as well. You can roll it around to get it into shape, but I think quite happy with how that's turning out. Might need to just squish it a little bit there. Let's do a bit more squish there. And then with green, we want to make kind of a roll. That's what I'm going to go with anyway. So I'm going to roll it up. May have got too much here. When you're separating it as well, don't pull it like that, because it will not separate. You just have to do it really gently. Like, you have to sort of say to it, I'm not trying to separate you. I'm just gently caressing that it will come apart. Don't go at it like a bull in a china shop. Okay. So there's that. It's kind of a bit big, but we can always take it down. Once we've felted it, it will shrink down anyway. So keep turning it. I'm keeping one end unfelted because I'm going to use that to felt into the top of my pumpkin. Still kind of thinking it might be a little bit big, but hey, we'll just go with it. I'm going to do that end very carefully and very slowly. Cool. This is all going well. So by the end of this, there should be 8 different things. And you never know what you're going to get. And you can open randomly the doors in the box, which I think is really cool. It is something you could do with older children as well, teenagers, but do bear in mind that they may have to take turns with the felting protectors, the finger protectors, should I say, because there is only one set in here. But you could maybe take turns at, if you've got a few of you doing it, one does one day and the other one does on the other day, and there's a supporting role on the other days. Okay, that's coming together quite nicely. The wool felts beautifully, I have to say. And I've got some here. If you can see in this picture here, it's like 3. So this is the top one. And then you pick out the wools to match that one. And then the last one, you mix them together to create like a brownish red wool and make it from that. And I'll show you how to do that. But the instruction video is pretty good, and you can see the person making it will do the mixing of these to make that last pumpkin. As I say, we're just going to make the one today, but I will be making all of these up for my little display. Take a little bit out of the bottom of there. Just taking a bit out, and I'm going to use that to attach to the top of my pumpkin. And I left that end free so that it felts in nice and easily. It would still felt if you'd felted it as well. It just might take a little longer. Push that in a bit. I can continue to shape this stalk as well if I need to. But I'm quite liking it. I'm going to go very carefully, go into the end of that and just felt it a little bit more. This is superb stress relief, I have to say. It's something you do have to be aware of what you're doing, obviously, because you are working with a very sharp and dangerous needle. But you can lose yourself in it's kind of like a repetitive but satisfying. It's like a satisfying sound as well. I don't know if you've ever listened to ASMR of people needle felting, but that crunchy wool sound I can understand it. I can understand why people enjoy listening to that. Okay, so this is definitely taking shape, and I'm liking it. And the very kind people at IMSE have offered a discount link. I will obviously link to this to where you can get hold of it, and all the things that you need to know about it will be down in the description box below the video. So if you want to get hold of your own little kit, I say little, it's big. It's a lovely big box with lots of nice tools in it, which I find a lot of fun to put together. So if you want to make your own little diorama, I think it's such a cute thing. I mean, looking at this, these are the kind of things we're going to be making. So that's the top pumpkin there. And we've got the witch and the tree and the little house. And the ghosties are so cute. I mean, the booklet is very well made. It's nice paper as well. I know that doesn't really mean anything great, but I appreciate a nicely put together booklet. And the fact that they've done little instruction videos for each one of these is pretty awesome, I think. Hey, there's little pumpkin. You can do the stalk as long or as short. Pumpkins are individual, you can have your pumpkin however you like. If you wanted to, you could add some little leaves onto it as well, but I'm going to leave mine at that. And call that a win. So yes, all the description things, all the things you're going to need are going to be in the description box below, including a discount code for you to get your own box and have a little play around. As I say, from what I've seen so far, I haven't opened all the other boxes, but from what I can see so far, I think it's really great. And for the purposes of the lovely viewers out there, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have a little sneak peek inside the boxes and I will let you know, I'll let you know my thoughts. Okay, so I've had a sneak peek inside and I think it's going to be such a lot of fun. There's plenty of wool in there in order to make each of the things in this beautiful booklet. And as I say, you will end up with something that looks as lovely as this. I can't wait to see mine finished. I'm so looking forward to making the ghosties, especially this guy up here. So this is going to be my little relaxation treat for the rest of this month and going into October. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this little look at this set. As I say, all the things are going to be in the description box below if you would like to get your hands on a set like this. I've got a whole host of things still to show you, so I'm going to be popping up a little bit more regularly because I've got a lot to do. I've got a lot to show you, lots of things coming up. But I hope you've enjoyed this one. If you have, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Show me those thumbs. Show me those thumbs. And I'll be back here soon, very soon, with something else. Bye for now.